coins drop clinking like a metal song. Game over flash, but I'm still headstrong. Bunch of warriors on a glowing screen, 8-bit heroes in a crazy dream. Coins drop clinking like a metal song. Game over flash, but I'm still headstrong. Push the button, hear the roar. Fight the battle, craving more. Game of legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. High scores flashing in the midnight glow. Silks and shred and set the tempo flow. Leather jackets and teased up hair. Living legends, we don't care. Electric haze on a battle floor. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more life, it's do or die. Final level, reaching for the sky. Push the button, hear the roar. Fight the battle, craving more. Game of legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. Flashing in the midnight glow. Silks and shredding set the tempo flow. Leather jackets and teased up hair. Living legends, we don't care. Electric haze on a battle floor. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more go, one more electric haze. Push the button, hear the roar. Fight the battle, craving more. Game of legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. Electric haze on a battlefield. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more life, it's do or die. Final level, reaching for the sky. Legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. Oh.
Stanhouse is very nice, very evil, very famous. You are watching the channel that is very nice and very evil. The Nation Network. Isn't that good? Yes, it's true. If you're not watching the Nation Network housing, you are... Wait for it. Wait for it. Cursed.
I keep buzzing electric fire, chasing scores higher, 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 higher.
It's hard times, baby. Hard times when you charge $150 for a broke-ass video game. It's hard times when the overwhelming majority of your community is turned on you. It is hard times when your CEO thinks he has to put himself into the main roster, baby. It is hard times when 50% of your base has left you and you're only 6 months into your life cycle, baby. And it's hard times when you realize you gotta give away 2,000 RXP to try and draw people back in. That's hard times, baby. That's hard times. Welcome back to Game On. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Yes, they have. If you haven't heard, the fan base has so left 2K that they are now giving away 2,000 XP free of charge. Check your email. And it appears to be targeted towards people who haven't picked up the game in a while. So if you've been playing, you might not get it. How's that for a kick in the dick? Now, I'm not 100% sure on that last part, so you're going to have to find out for yourself and see if I haven't checked my email because, quite honestly, I've gotten beyond the point of give a fuck. It doesn't mean I won't check my email and see if it's in there. I just haven't done it yet. So for those of you who have walked away, if you want to see if you got an email, you might have 2,000 free RXP waiting for you. But when have they ever tried doing anything like that in the past? Never. That means their ass is hurt. They have really, they realize they done fucked the pooch. I am so happy. I am so happy. This is what I promised. This is the Mandalorian effect. It is coming to fruition. They are feeling it. It is now something that is palpable. And we cannot take our foot off their throats. Not for a moment. They're feeling it. Push harder. I am telling you, do not spend $1 on a tier skip. Do not spend $1 on the card market. Do not spend a nickel on anything. We are winning. Beat them into submission. Complete and total and utter submission. Do not let them get back up. Make them our bitch, because that's exactly what they've been doing for the last 3 years. That's how they've been treating us for the last 3 years. Time for retribution. Welcome to everybody on YouTube. Welcome to everybody on Twitch. And this is Game On, and we are talking about the state of 2K today because there's enough for me to actually fill a show with just that alone. J-Rock's in the house, and Jay, I'm glad you're here because Jay is exactly the reason this shit's happening. Jay uninstalled the game completely. We're not 6 months in. There's still like stuff he paid for that hasn't even launched yet. And he said, fuck it. I don't care anymore. He's throwing away the $150. And if you think he's alone, this proves he's not. They have never given shit away, much less actual points and things like that and tier skip. This is them admitting the battle pass has failed. Does that mean they won't put it in 27? Of course they're going to. They can't help themselves. That's assuming they maintain the franchise that long. It's going to be very curious to see how things go over the next 12 months because they are definitely in the state of reconciliation as to whether or not they're going to keep moving forward with this. The WWE, they're up for re-signing any day now, any time now. I mean, they're literally in that 5-year window, so there are probably negotiations taking place right now, and if this is the state of things, probably not a good look for them. Prime Time's in the house. Andrew Roberts in the house. Welcome one, welcome all. I thought of the Dusty Hard Times thing literally as I was like getting ready to go live. And I was like, shit, if I'd have thought about it a few minutes earlier, I would have made a whole different thumbnail. I might have even done some AI and cut a proper Dusty promo with Dusty on it. That would have been funnier, but it was a last second thing. And I was just like, quick, write down the script. So there we go. Like I said, lots to share. Lots to share. I don't know. Do I want to go first or last with this? I think I'm going to save it for last. We can talk about a couple things, though, while we're here. Hold that thought a moment. Hopefully, I didn't even think about queuing up the other screen. Let's see if it's working. It is. Okay, good. This is my main account. And we're going to show you, because I told you guys last time, I'm not going to sit here and grind this shit out. I got my main roster, the stuff I paid for, I got, and then I was done. However, we're going to see something here in a minute to show you why I'm where I'm at and how I got there. And I can still keep my word. There was something else in here I thought I was going to talk about. Again, the stuff that's in here, I guess it depends on how you play the game. If you do that crap with the cards and all that other shit, then maybe some of this stuff matters. If you go to the island, then maybe some of this stuff matters. None of this has any value to me personally whatsoever. Are we still in tier 1 now? What's going on here? This is tier 1, dummy. How'd that happen? Or season 1, rather. Hold on. Are we in season 1 or are we in season 3? Yeah, there we go. Okay. That was weird. I'm drawing a blank. Sorry. Trains left the station. This is my main account, so I haven't even touched this one yet. On the secondary account, I've already hit 40, and I'm going to show you how, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it myself. Well, sort of, kind of, but not really. Let's jump into the how we did it thing. Hopefully. Oh, it's over here. And bring this screen up here. If it wants to cooperate, which it doesn't seem like it does. That was for 2K, by the way. The bell, you only get one bell salute for 2K. They ain't worth 10. All right, here we go. This is on my X account, so if you want more information, it's made by the Horror 47. The Horror 47.
2K just dropped Ringside Pass 3, filled with new playable wrestlers, personas, and a bunch of other things to help you on your My Faction journey. And today, I will show you a brand new grinding method that is by far the easiest and fastest way to get you 40 tiers of free and premium rewards in about an hour and without playing a single match. Let's get started.
All right, I'm going to skip around a little bit.
It doesn't matter if the match is 1 second or over a minute, you get the same amount of points.
And because I don't want to steal his guy's work and all that, you can go check out the thing yourself. But basically, in a nutshell, here's what he's done, and it works. Now, it takes a little bit more time than if you were to play. Actually, maybe it doesn't. Anyway, it works. If you go in there, follow his steps, you're going to make a 6-man match where everyone has 3 finishers, and it's a first finisher wins match. So each match lasts about 3 seconds, and it's over. He sets up an entire season, so you're going to want to have 1 season available with nothing on it, blank it all out. And then you're going to make 7 days of the same. Well, you can, or you can, I guess, go with one. One will work just as well. But you're basically going to, whatever the card puts together, you're going to set it up where the card can only be this custom match. That's all that can be on the card. You're going to make sure you set it up for the full 9 matches. Let the machine, let the game book whatever it's going to book. Doesn't even matter. And then just hit watch. That's the key. You got to hit watch. If you do decide to actually sit there and watch it, you can save a little bit of time by skipping the post-game or the post-match celebration. That'll save you a little bit of time here and there, depending which person wins and how long their post-match is. But you can just as soon hit the watch button and then go do laundry and then go do the dishes or make dinner, which is exactly what I did. And I come back in about 10 minutes, maybe a little more, 15 tops. Then the whole show's done. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. And that's all I did. I just kept popping in, hit watch, go watch TV, watching the hockey game, watching the basketball game. And next thing you know, by the end of the night, you've watched a few things, you've done dishes, you've done this, you've done that, and you got your 40 XP. So I haven't done it on the main account yet, but I got to set all that up on the main account. So that's number 1 thing I wanted to share with you guys. Number 2, let's go this direction. And this is from Smack Talks. I know you guys know all about him and what he's doing.
Next, we have some details of how you can get some free RXP, as if you get to play Season 3, to help completing the Ringside Pass, 2K have sent out an email offering 2,000 RXP to try and entice players back in, as if you signed up for a 2K account but not played the game in a while, chances are you'll have received this email. If you have, and you log into the game before March 31st, 2028, you'll be rewarded with 2,000 RXP that you can redeem against any season. Next up, we have some...
So that's what we opened the show with, that conversation right there. That is desperation. It reeks of desperation.
Next up, the mass versus mass match gets historic rating.
All right, this has nothing to do with the game, but there's no way I wasn't going to cover this. If you have not seen this match, you're missing out, okay? It was last Saturday's AAA show, and everyone's talking about the match between the two Americano Grandes, or Grande Americanos. Even Uncle Dave.
Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer awarded the mass versus mass match between El Grande Americano and Ludwig Kaiser an incredible 5.75 star rating, calling it the best AAA match I've ever seen, arguably the best WWE match, and a top tier match of all time. The rating immediately pushed the bout into match of the year discussions, especially given the emotional storytelling, electric atmosphere in Mexico, and career defining performances from both Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser. However, whether it officially stands as the best match of 2026 remains open for debate. Earlier this year, he awarded Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement match against Kazuchika Okada at New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 20 a full 6 stars, technically placing it slightly above the El Grande Americano Classic. Even so, the performances from Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser have unquestionably cemented the match as one of the defining wrestling bouts of 2026. And finally, Bianca Belair.
Dave Meltzer giving the WWE, well, AAA technically, but it's under their banner, a match the highest rating that he's probably ever given, and definitely over anything AEW's done. I mean, holy cow. Hard to believe, isn't it? All right, let me bring this back up here just a second. All the damn time. Unbelievable. I never thought I'd see the day that Uncle Dave gave... I mean, he never gave Kurt Angle a 5-star match. Not once. So the fact that he's gone to where he's gone now with this match, but it's hard to deny. I mean, what an incredible match that was, and the setup to it, all of it. It was just... That is wrestling. If anyone could do that on a regular basis, then you'd have something worth watching. I didn't even know SmackDown was on last night. Totally forgot about it. That's how much I'm done with the main product. And apparently Stevie Richards and James are doing a recap, and sounds like Saul fucked up a few things, and everyone's kind of on Saul Ruka, missing spots. And I mean, look, she's got a very... what's the word I'm looking for? Difficult moveset. You know, the high level of coordination that's required, and the timing's got to be perfect. And she did this handspring vault over the back vault over the top rope to the floor on Becky, and didn't quite land it right. Almost hurt Becky, didn't, but could have easily, and could have hurt herself as well. And then on the replay, you see how it happened after the handspring. Her heel barely caught the bottom rope, and that's going to throw everything off. And Stevie brought up a really good point. You know, she wasn't missing her shit in the NXT because she was going home to sleep at night. You know, there was none of this traveling all over the place, and there was none of these press junkets all day long and things like that, which now she's on the main roster. She's dealing with all that, probably not getting the same level of rest and sleep. And again, when you're doing the type of wrestling that she does, that requires that incredible coordination that she has. We know that she's a freak athlete. Yeah, that could definitely play a role in things. So, has anyone out there gotten the email offering 2,000 RXP? I'm just curious to know. Let me see, take a quick look over here. I'm trying to think what you can. Oh, yeah, I know what it would be under. Hold that thought a minute while I sees if I got me any. Then I'm going to share something else with you guys here. Email. We on the right account? Nope. Switch. And shop. Not seeing it. But then again, I got so much junk in here to filter through. There's PlayStation. Nope, that's not it. Let's just try a search for 2K. Nothing there. Nope, didn't get nothing. So let me know if you guys got one. I didn't get anything. Primetime didn't get anything. Yeah, it looks like those of us that play the game in any way, shape, or form in the recent, weeks, you're not getting shit. We'll see if I'm right later on, but if you're watching this video later, let me know in the comments down below if you received it. And if you did, how long has it been since you've played the game? Because that's going to be the other determining factor. All right, as I said, we're on the main account here. Let's get out of this. There's something I want to check on real quick. Go to community creations here. Jump in over here. See what's the most downloaded thing. Still Edge, right? Yeah, Edge and Sting. And you got Jericho, MJF. Kind of the usual suspects here. WrestleMania 42. Didn't they just come out with that? Yeah, that's on. Is that already out? I think it's out now. By the way, in case anybody didn't notice, which probably you didn't, I'm on Community Creations now on my main account. How'd that happen? Well, it's not because 2K fixed anything. I mean, they did, but not because of my email campaign and not because of my X campaign. It's seriously a case of not what you know, but who you know. I belong to another group that has nothing to do with wrestling. We get together usually once a week into a big chat room, and we chat. And there's one person who's a member of this community, as well as I am, and I'm relatively new in their chat group. I've been part of the community for many, many years. I just haven't been in the chat group until maybe a month now. And he and I were never in the room at the same time. I knew of his channel and things of that nature when it comes to this other world that we delve into. But we had never spoken before. So I get into the chat. I was a few minutes late. It was after our last stream, as a matter of fact. The last chat that we did here. And one of the orchestrators of the channel in the chat room is like, hey, Vince is here. Well, we've got so-and-so, and you guys have never met. Tell them about yourself. What's been going on today? And I told him, freaking 2K decided to put the CEO in the game, and we're all pissed off, and I'm so sick of this freaking... And everyone in the room is laughing. They are just busting out laughing. And I'm like, I didn't think I was being that funny about it. I always try to put a little twist on it, but they're all laughing and laughing their asses off. And then finally they say to this other guy, why don't you tell Vince what you do for a living? And I'm like, where is this leading, man? I feel like I'm being walked into a friggin' chamber or something here. What's going on here? The boy is a developer for 2K's NBA game. I'm like, no shit. Well, guess what? He even knows Brian Mazik. I said, will you tell that son bitch I said hi? I explained to him why I hate them. Not him, obviously, and I have nothing about 2K NBA because I don't play it. I said, but I told him all about WWE. Really cool dude. Really chill. Understood the frustration. Feels bad. He's read a lot of the stuff that's been going on with the WWE side of things, but he has no direct play in that whatsoever. But he knows people. It's still under the 2K banner. Devs, talk to devs. So while we're in the chat room, he's over here live time texting guys on the 2K WWE side of things, and oh my goodness, all of a sudden what they couldn't do in 5 months of emails, first telling me that it was on the Sony side or it's your system side, making me friggin' wipe out the PS5 and reload it from scratch, having to put all my games back in, the whole 9 yards, all that extra work because they didn't want to, they just wanted to deflect away They didn't want to assume any responsibility until they had no choice but to accept it's on their side. And then all I got was the rubber stamp response time after time after time till I finally said, I'm done talking to you guys. You're not fixing anything. And they hadn't. Until this guy sends him a quick message, and bam, within 10 minutes, all of a sudden. Why did it have to? He even asked me, isn't there a community guy? I said, there was. He only lasted about a month, and then he got the hell out. Talk about reading the writing on the wall. So anyway, I now have at least access to community creations on my main account. Doesn't really change anything for the channel. You know, my direction's already set moving forward, so I just thought it was an interesting story that I was in a chat room with a dev from 2K and didn't even know it. And I just love the fact that everyone else in the room knew this, and as I was unloading my story, they were just laughing their asses off. Would have been funnier if it was Brian Mazik. I assure you it wasn't. So, that's what I got. All right. Jay, I don't know if you've already been on X today or not, but whenever you get a chance to, you've got something waiting for you. Jay, you haven't received either. Out of curiosity, Jay, when was the last time you actually had the game running? I'm kind of curious to know what their window... are we talking about people that bailed on them season 1 and skipped all of season 2 because you can use these points on any season is what they said. So I've got a funny feeling there's a lot of people that, if you remember those videos back in the beginning when the game first launched about people saying, hey, I got a job, I ain't got time for this shit. A lot of them just walked away flat out. Didn't even bother. And quite honestly, you're not going to get them back with 2,000 XP. I don't think you will. You maybe, but I doubt it. Or maybe they'll come back just with those points, just enough to get what they paid for. You know, tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, and that's it. And now, because they did rearrange season 1 even, right? Pretty sure they did. So it's been about 3 weeks since you've been on. That's a pretty long time, I would think. Most people with this game, you know, from every other year, I think use it at least 2 to 3 times a week, if not more. So I think if somebody's been 3 weeks not touching it, especially if you look at the person's track record. I know you didn't have last year's game, but you had the one the year before, I believe, right? 24 you had. And you played that a bit, so I would think they would at least go back and say, well, you know, the last time he had our game, he played it this much, and now 3 weeks have gone by and he hasn't picked it up. But I got a funny feeling they are really targeting the people that bailed after season 1. And I just think this is another one of those failed efforts, you know. I mean, at least they're trying something. I just think it's going to be too little too late, and it is what it is. All right, well, that's kind of all I really had. I wanted to touch base on. I might have. Wait a minute before I say that and walk away. Yeah, that was so funny because I literally left our Wrestle Chat, or Game On, rather, with a thumbnail showing the CEO holding bags of money saying they don't care. And literally 10 minutes later, I'm talking to one of the devs, and it's like, so he asked me a question. I knew there was something I was leaving out of this. During our conversation back and forth, as he's now live chatting, he says, hey, let me ask you a question. You didn't, like, call out any devs or anything or say, and I got quiet for a minute. I says, you mean like the stream I just left before I came in here, basically saying they don't care about us with the CEO holding 2 bags of money up? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to say you're a friend of a friend. Yeah, don't tell them you're that I'm your friend. That probably won't go well. I was professional with them in the beginning. I said, but after 3 weeks of being told, you know, we're working on it when you know they're not working on it, I said I started getting a little bit more me. So, yeah, that was so funny. The timing is everything. All right, I got a couple other things right here. Hold on a minute. I thought this was funny as hell. I don't think there's any audio to it, is there? There might be. Just the water? Okay. It's friggin' hilarious. And then this I just saw earlier today.
You've come to Broke Skull Ranch. It's bedtime out here. Rounding up the cats. There he is. Punchy, come here, Punchy. Punchy, bedtime. Come here, buddy. Punchy. Come here, Poncho. You little motherfucker. Poncho. Punchy. Poncho. You've come to
Being Steve Austin's cat. Yeah, you gotta. Come here, you little motherfucker. Oh, that made my day. Skip 25 and bought 26. Now you're wishing you would have bought 25 and skipped 26. But that's the whole thing. You never know. The reality is, there was so much reason to believe this would be better than it is. You know, it's the first game that was current gen only. And with that came expectations. Why? I don't know. Why would you have expectations for this when all they've ever done is let us down? I guess you just gotta have hope at some point in time, but that ship has sailed. There is no more. No more hope. All right. Well, that's all I got. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll be back when we're back. So have a great rest of your day, and remember to say the 2 magic words.
Okay! Game on! 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 Yeah, game on!
Lights burning like so wild, twisted in hand like a reckless child. Our keep buzzing electric fire, chasing scores higher, higher,